He's an amazing player, so I hope he plays a few songs. Let's give it up for Ingo Andersen.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here. Talk a little bit of harmonica. You may have to stop me because when I start talking about harmonica, I can talk 24/7 and ask my wife, she'll tell you. As I said on Saturday at the open mic, harmonica has always been associated with comedy. It's mostly slapstick comedy. So people come to me, as a matter of fact, John came last week on Saturday and says, "Oh yeah, the Harmonicas. You know, they were the guys with the little guy, you know." No, I'm sorry, that's a misconception. That's not the Harmonicas. That's the Harmonica Rascals. Boromidovich and his Harmonica Rascals in the 1930s and 40s. They had little Johnny Poleo, who's a great comedian and a great harmonica player, by the way. And he would be running around trying to get up to the microphone. Nobody would let him. So he would bite the chord player's leg, you know, and the chord player would kick him. And slapstick comedy, all kinds of fun. And then he finally got to play, and he was a fantastic harmonica player. So it's always been, even today, one of the greatest harmonica players that ever lived, died just a couple of years ago. He's a good friend of mine from Memphis, Tennessee. Always had jokes. Oh my God, he could tell jokes. He was a fantastic joker. So we knew that when he got on stage, we had to get a joke first, you know, and it sort of loosened people up a little bit, I guess, you know. So anyway, Boromidovich and his harmonica players were great in the 30s and 40s. He had groups like the one with the little guy. 4 or 5 of them across U.S. And there were hundreds and hundreds of harmonica clubs in the States in those days, and they were mostly for kids. Hohner in Germany, who made the little harmonica, what do you call it? I can't remember the name now. But anyway, it's the blues harmonica, right? A little short harmonica.
Yeah.
The
diatonic.
They claimed Marine Band.
Marine Band. Okay. Yeah.
They claimed that they make $2 million a year for the States. 2 million harmonicas.
This now?
No, this was in the 30s. The 40s,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not now, no. And every serviceman had a harmonica in his back pocket. Every one of them. And I met a lot of them in the early 80s when I came to the first harmonica conventions with the SPA organization. Society for the Preservation and Advancement of the Harmonica, SPA. That's what it is. They had conventions, so I went to my first convention probably in 1982. There's like 400 people, 400 harmonica players there. And a good deal of them were servicemen with the jackets with the medals on and the caps and the hats and with the medals and blood. It was cool to see. I loved those guys. And but every one of them had a harmonica in his back pocket. They were not good players.
What key would they have in their pocket?
As far as I'm concerned, anybody who's a harmonica player, I don't care how good he is. If he's a harmonica player, he's a great guy. That's all that's true. Yeah. So
some people got away with murder because they had harmonicas.
So Boromidovich was one of the well-known people there in the 30s and 40s, and they were in several movies. I don't know how many, but several movies. And there's one of them. I love it. You can find it on YouTube if you look. He's in a little coast town, fisher town, and he starts up on the top of the hill and walks down the hill towards the harbor. And he walks by. There's a guy repairing a window. He sees him, stops him, hauls a harmonica out of his back pocket. There's a guy there, another harmonica. By the time he gets down to the bottom of the hill, he's got 50 players playing harmonica, and they're all playing And so that's, I guess, is a bit of a well-known harmonica song. Yes, my friend.
Weren't the harmonicas also associated with the cowboys and westerns in that 30s and 40s era?
Oh yeah, that would be like the Marine Band, you know, the type of thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
Red River Valley.
Oh,
yeah.
Tumble and tumbleweed and all that.
I play, most of my songs come from the American songbook, songs from the 30s and 40s. And my favorite composer is the guy that wrote Stardust. And of course you know his name.
Gershwin?
No, not Gershwin.
Guy,
Porter?
No,
is his name Guy something?
no. It's ridiculous. I
Why don't you
know
have
it's
something
so-
like Google that we can actually answer?
Anyway, he wrote the song "The Stardust," and it just goes to show you. I have a little printout I can let you have if you like, that tells you a bit about it. That as far as I'm concerned, the notes in a piece of paper, that's the structure. Music is a mathematical equation, and the thing you have on the paper is just to tell you how the music goes. How you play it, that's your business. You can play 100 different ways. You get 5 conductors, they play in 5 different ways. Can you imagine if Frank Sinatra
Yeah.
with and now the end is near, and I must face the final curtain.
No.
Okay. And now the end is near,
That's right.
and I must face. That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you got it.
You play it the way you want to play it. The structure just tells you how the melody goes, that's it, nothing else. So you play it the way you want. As a matter of fact, there's a bit of a pun. He said he did it his way. So, but anyway, so in those days it was the little Marine band, and in the mid-20s came along the chromatic harmonica, and that's going to tell you about the blues harp. I had became a friend. His name was Huang, Chamber Huang, and I have one of his harmonicas here. Anyway, he, of course, Chinese fellow. He was chief technician for Hohner in Germany, and he invented a couple of harmonicas that were the leading edge. But anyway, he would get on stage, and he would play. He would play charters with 4 harmonicas, no flats, no sharps. The flats would be on the different harmonicas. He would play charters on 4 harmonicas. Unbelievable.
What was that chart?
Charters.
Stardust?
Feel like driving fast on the Mountain Road, eh?
So that is.
Yeah.
Sounds like a mini Van Halen riff there.
How do you spell that? What is it called? It's
CZ A-R-D-A-S.
Oh, I've heard that title. That's what that is. Okay.
Cool.
Charters, yeah. So that was he played that on 4 harmonicas. Then came along the chromatic harmonica in the late 20s. So it's a pretty young instrument, really. And the people that made it, or the one person that made it famous was Larry Adler. Larry Adler was an American, Jewish American, and he was a great harmonica player. Yeah, he was. But like nobody paid attention to him. Nobody paid attention, but he was going. Fluttering hands and showmanship, you know. And people would say, "Oh, did you see that guy?" You know.
That's what we all do as well. We don't know any idea what we're doing.
You were doing that.
That is how he sold the harmonica to come from the toy boxes into the concert halls of the world. Was Larry Adler.
Yeah.
I got a question, Ingo. You might have said this and I missed it, but where was the harmonica invented?
It was probably invented in China.
China.
About 400 years ago.
Yeah.
About that, eh?
Bamboo, reed, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's an old instrument.